Okay, we're on Shekalim Perek Daled Mishnah Vav, sixth Mishnah, the fourth chapter of Masechet Shekalim. Says the Mishnah, we're now going to talk about from now until for the next few Mishnayot, what happens if a person gives stuff to the Beit HaMikdash? What would they do with the stuff? Hamakdish nechasav, a person who was makdish, he made hekdesh, he dedicated the stuff to the Beit HaMikdash. When you're makdish, when you make it kadosh, Bartunah says stam hekdesh levedek habayit. So normal hekdesh, when the person makes it hekdesh, it goes to the Beit HaMikdash and it goes for the construction, for the upkeep. Bedek habayit is the upkeep of the Beit HaMikdash. But in this material, you gave your whole house. The person's like, he's dying, and he says, I'm going to give all my stuff to hekdesh. And in it you have, stuff that's worthwhile. You have wine or you have spices. So says the Tanakama, Rabbi Akiva, Yinatnu le'umanim bischaram. You use it. You don't use the stuff for the actual use, but you use it. You use it to pay the people who are the umanim. Use it to pay the people who are working the Beit HaMikdash as their pay. Okay, and they become chulin, and then those people. 1 second. Amar ben Azai said ben Azai, Eina himin hamida. This is not the way we did it before. So 1 second. According to the Tanakama, Rabbi Akiva, and its most simple explanation, what you do is you just pay them with that material. And Azai says, Eina himin hamida. That's Eina hi hamida. That's not the same as the midah, the attribute that we did before. Because remember, in the last Mishnah, we had this whole convoluted process that you would take. Let's go back to our chart that we used in the last Mishnah. We had our guys. You would take that. You had these spices. So now you have the same thing. You have materials. So you have to take money, and you have to take money and use it to pay the umanim, and then you can make the money and make it chulin, and then you're mechalel the money on the spices, and then you go buy it back from him. So he said, remember, that's exactly what we said. That you would originally take this money from the mishka, from the pushka, and you would be mezaket for the worker, and then you would take the spices, and the spices would be mechalel on the money, and then you would give the spices to the worker, and then you would then pay him back with new money. Okay, you would pay him back with new money, and then you would buy back the spices from him. So that's what Rabbi Ben Azai is going to say in our Mishnah. Okay, that's what Ben Azai is going to say over here in Mishnah Vav. Amalo Ben Azai, Einahi Hamidah. That's not the same attribute. Ella, we do the same thing we did last time. You have spices that some guy gave to hekdesh. Mafrishim money. We do the exact same thing. You take money from the lishka and you take to pay the uman. And then you take whatever material, the wine or the spices or whatever, you're mechalel on that money. And you give it to the uman. You give him now the material with this money to pay as payment instead of the money. Then you go back and buy it back from other money. Okay, so you do the same thing that you would do in the last Mishnah. Now, the Kahati says that this Seifa is L'divrei Rabbi Akiva. So this is, according to the Tosfot Yontav, Rabbi Akiva agrees with this position. So if you go according to this, the Tosfot Yontav, you don't have the whole Tosfot Yontav, but he says, Atiyaka kule alma. So even Rabbi Akiva, according to the Tosfot Yontav, it's not a machloket. According to this simple explanation of the Pshat, it is a machloket. Rabbi Akiva says you just pay him with the material. And Banaiza says you do this whole convoluted thing in order to pay him money and you buy the material back. Whereas the Tosfot Yontav says, no, because we don't have a machloket in this case, right? Everyone agrees in this case, so what's the difference between Mishnah Hay and Mishnah Vav? So the Tosfot Yontav says that even in Mishnah Vav, we do the whole convoluted process in order to buy back the materials and use them in the Beit HaMikdash as part of the Korbanot. We'll stop here, dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman, and Sipor Fegel Matilda bat Nachum Elimelech. Have a good day. Have a great day.